quickly as you can, snatch the pebbles from my hand. When you take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
Hello YouTube community. I feel today's video is not intended for the core DP community as much as it is for folks who land here accidentally or under advertising duress. For the DP community, it might be mildly amusing if you like venting antimatter. I noticed recently that both YouTube and some local comments had been nudging me to check out two videos, each one a different person's attempt to produce a shot associated with Star Trek V. When I get YouTube recommendations, it's nearly always an indication that viewers are consuming the work at a frenzied rate, but even some of you alerted me to these. As explained at the Beyond the Barrier production site, Shatner had planned for an elaborate window transition zoom shot that would take the camera from space exterior into the Enterprise observation deck with Spock, thus beginning the scene. The shot was eventually abandoned for a much cheaper solution, a dummy cut to a starfield. Shatner's dream shot never existed until roughly, I think it was 2013, when I first saw it in the fan community. YouTube's activity this month has therefore convinced me that too many Star Trek fans have, for years, been living in caves or living on the Trek BBS forums, which is no way to go through life. In fact, it seems this wave of ignorance even impacted those two aforementioned persons. The first fan production of this shot was marvelous and did what it needed to. It is not an easy shot to pull off because the transition must be seamless and uninterrupted. Remember, this is a space exterior to starship interior zoom shot. The transition execution is everything, and if you can't deliver that, the shot is a failure. It doesn't matter how beautiful the starship exterior is rendered. Well, it matters of course, but you know what I mean. Look, it's customary in the copycat culture that has become YouTube that if you're going to redo someone's work, you had better step up and improve it, or at least fix a known problem. That was the task set to DP in 2015 when I produced our version of that shot for the Beyond the Barrier project. As you're about to see, we too delivered where it mattered, but I also found ways to further the effect and kick up the production value. In so doing, we honored and did service to that first earlier effort. Don't kid yourself, without that first attempt almost 10 years ago, none of what you're seeing today would exist. Okay, so why am I here today, seemingly tooting my own horn? In fact, I'm not. I'm here puzzled and a bit irritated that YouTube wants us to watch this shot again in 2022 when both of those new productions have dragged fans back into the dark ages. I'm not exaggerating. One of the sources fouled up the transition so badly that he had to hide it with a cutaway shot to an empty starfield.
蚱蜢 出手的重点是替换空荡荡的星域。
So on behalf of everyone before you who put in the requisite time and effort to do that shot justice, YouTube tells me fans are hungry for this shot, the shot that almost never existed. Okay, so here is the second time this shot was produced, the B2B version. Don't be surprised that it's a Delimited Productions work. Instead, be surprised that it was done more than 5 years ago, and perhaps 3 years removed from the first shot that inspired it. Oh, and the DP shot contains an in-house Easter egg. Feel free to toot your own horn in the comments if you know about it, because not everyone has been living in a cave. Have a pleasant weekend, everyone. Until next time, this is Antimatter.
You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Perhaps I have, Captain. Perhaps I have.